When I was a teenager, I got to be a fan of Simon and Garfunkel, the singers, even though many of the songs that they had written at that point were already more than a decade old. And there was one song that I really liked. I'm not even sure I knew why I liked it. It was called I Am a Rock. And it was about somebody who probably felt alienated, probably felt like he just didn't want to be bothered. And the song goes, I am a rock, I am an island, and a rock feels no pain, and an island never cries. And at some point during the song, the singer says, I touch no one and no one touches me. Now, as a teenager, probably like many teenagers, I felt like I didn't want people to bother me, like people didn't understand me. And so there was some part about this song that just seemed to make sense. It was written, I believe, to express a sense that we get fed up sometimes. And we just want to close the door, and we want people to leave us alone. I am dedicating this sermon to the part of each of us that sometimes wants to stop caring. We want to stop caring about other people. We want to stop caring about making the world better. We want to stop caring about doing our best. The part of us that wants to say, leave me alone. Now, why would we want to stop caring? Because there's a lot of pain in the world, because there are a lot of challenges that don't seem to be improving, because people around us sometimes disappoint us, they sometimes give us grief, they sometimes talk about us, they sometimes say not nice things to us, they sometimes write things, and on. There are many reasons for us to say, I give up, and I don't care anymore. There is someone extensively described in the Torah who had many, many good reasons to stop caring. He got angry, he got frustrated. At one point, he even hit a rock, but significantly, he never became a rock. He continued to care. And I want to this morning unpack Moshe Rabbeinu's story, Moses' story of being beset and being challenged by people far from him and people very close to him, and somehow finding the inner strength to continue to care. So let's start with the fact that Moses didn't even want the job that he was given. God said to him, go to Pharaoh and tell Pharaoh to let the people go. And Moses said, Mi ani ki elech el paro. Who am I? I don't even speak well. You got the wrong person. Go find somebody else. And then Moses speaks to Pharaoh. Pharaoh gives him a hard time. The people give him a hard time. Why did you shake things up? They were bad before, but now they're even worse. And throughout the wandering in the wilderness, it is one complaint after another. The children of Israel miss the food in Egypt like people miss lunch at the Concorde or at a beautiful hotel overlooking the Caspian Sea. They talk so lovingly about missing the wonderful food that they ate while they were slaves in Egypt. And later, as we read this morning, Moses' own siblings start to complain about him. First, about the wife that he chose. If you've ever had a situation where your brother or your sister has issues with your life partner, that is resonant. And then they complain that God has a special relationship with Moses. Why doesn't God have the same special relationship with them? And Miriam is struck, as Daniel spoke about, with tzara'at, with this skin ailment. And Aaron says, please, please pray for her. And Moses turns to God and says, El na refa na la. God, heal her. Moses could have at that moment said to her, you're on your own. You gave me grief, a pox on you. Literally. I'm going back to the tent. I've had a hard day. Why should I worry right now about your illness? And he continues to care. And not only does he continue to care about Moses and about Aaron, but he continues to care about the people. He will continue to guide them until God says, up to this point and no further. And he will prepare beautiful speeches that the people will carry with them even when he is no longer. He continues to care. Ladies and gentlemen, and boys and girls, we each have reasons why we could convince ourselves to stop caring. We may find ourselves in situations we didn't ask for. We may find ourselves in positions that we volunteered for, and then we wonder, why did I volunteer? We may serve on a committee, we may take a leadership position, and people will say things to us or about us, and maybe we will get criticized from our own family members. Maybe we'll organize a beautiful dinner and we'll get criticized for what the dinner was or what the dinner wasn't. You can use your own examples. Sometimes it's even personal. There are many reasons that we can stop caring. And what I want to do this morning is to invite us not to take the example of the songwriter and to become a rock in an island and I don't care and you can't touch me, but to follow the example of Moshe Rabbeinu, Moses, our teacher, in every respect, and to find the courage and the strength and the decency to continue to care. Moses is not perfect. He loses his temper, but he continues to care. There is a very, very big difference between getting angry and stopping to care. Anger means you're still in the game. Once you stop feeling anything, then you know you're in a very difficult place. So I want to be clear. I am not suggesting that we run after people who are downright abusive to us and do anything we can to make them like us. No, that's not healthy. If somebody is acting towards us in ways that are unhealthy, we have no obligation to continue to try to appease them. In fact, we have an obligation to ourselves to save our emotional energy for those who are decent or at least reasonable. But what I am suggesting is that we, like Moses, not allow the challenges that we face to stop us from caring. When Paul Simon wrote the song, I Am a Rock, I Am an Island, he was probably thinking about the poem by John Donne, No Man is an Island. John Donne, 17th century English poet. He wrote about how we are all connected to each other. We are all interconnected. Even when we are frustrated, we are still connected. I say to us, we are not islands. We love and we laugh and we mourn and we cry and we plant and we reap together with other people. So even if it hurts at times, I invite us to follow the example of Moses, our teacher. Let us continue to care for our well-being and for the well-being of the people around us. That is truly, truly the best, most human alternative. Shabbat Shalom.